Imagine this. You're at a party, and you happen to have a beer or two. And you're being a little loud, everybody's being a little loud, and all of a sudden you hear a knock at the door. And all of a sudden 3 cops bust in, and they're like, ask for your IDs. Clearly, we're in college, to be honest, let's not lie. There's a little bit of underage drinking here at the University of Kansas, and a couple people get MIPs. And that's a little outrageous. I mean, we're in a college town, and yes, it's illegal, and it should be. But it's a college town, it's known, and not many people get in trouble for it. For some reason, you're getting an MIP, and you're getting a criminal charge. But what if, in another idea, another stance, they bust in, and you all just get a warning, or a caution, and that's all you get. And if you get caught again, then you actually get criminal charges. That's what my proposition is for you today, is that I believe that the police, for low-level crimes, should use cautions. And I will tell you this, and I've read 3 foreign law journals and 2 U.S. Bureaus of Justice Statistics articles as well. And today I'm going to explain to you what a police caution is, other places that they've been used and are effective, and how a police caution system would affect the United States. Now you're probably wondering what a police caution is. The United Kingdom Ministry of Justice Law Journal says, for simple cautions to adults, a police caution is an alternative form of prosecution in minor cases. Cases where full prosecution is not seen as an appropriate solution. These are cases like an MIP, a minor possession, or maybe a small drug possession, or vandalism, or trespassing, something extremely small. Nothing actually detrimental to society. Now, what happens when you are caught? Well, first, you get this. This is a warning notice. This isn't actually a citation. This is just a ticket saying that you will get a citation soon. And after you get this ticket, you have to, in order to get this ticket actually, you have to admit to the crime. You have to admit to the officer who has convicted you at this point and say that I have done this and I will accept a caution, instead of obviously going to court and being prosecuted for the crime. And you're probably wondering what happens after you get this notice, after you get this caution. Well, really nothing. You have a mark on your record, on your police record, but not your criminal record. And that means that the police know that you have obviously been caught with a caution, but you have no criminal record, which is good, obviously, because if it's just a first-time offense, which I know offenses aren't good in general, but if it is, it's at least a break, especially if it's something small, like, let's say, an MIP. You're off, especially for college students that happens a lot for us. Okay. Now we'll move on to places where countries that have used cautions. And I'm going to tell you 2 or 3. One is the United Kingdom. And for the United Kingdom, cautions start at the age of 10 and up. And what these cautions are, in their opinion, are to prevent less petty crime incarceration. They don't want to spend money to put people away for having a joint or something like that. They don't want to do that. They want to give them a citation and have them move on with their lives, and hopefully they make a better decision after that. That's what their views are. And they also believe after 7 years of not given a caution or being prosecuted for anything, that your caution will be erased. Now, Australia is another place. It's a little different. It's only for minors, the cautions. It's for 18 and under. And it's obviously, for them, they believe it is to prevent less people from having criminal charges, which in Australia is a big detrimental problem because if you have a criminal charge, it prevents you from going to school, and it also prevents you from getting certain jobs. So for them, in that opinion, they believe if a minor commits a charge, then it's a slap on the wrist. Even though, and again, these are minor charges, it is just a slap on the wrist because, in their opinion, they're minor, so they have a little bit of leeway. Now, you're probably wondering, after hearing how it is in Australia and the United Kingdom, how they like to use it, how it would affect the United States. In the United States, it would obviously prevent less people, young people, from getting probation or parole or having charges, which, again, is detrimental probably. I mean, it is detrimental for us for getting jobs and going to school. Especially if you want to go to a very Ivy League school, they're probably not going to like a charge on your record. Another thing is it'll prevent less people going to jail. The United States has the highest incarceration rate in the entire world. Right now, In a survey done by the Bureau of Justice and Justice Statistics, a survey was done of jails in 2013. Almost 7 million people are in jail or on parole or probation in the United States. And that's a minimum right now, and that's the highest in the world. For us, that's really bad. And out of those 7 million people that are in jail every year, there are 10 million misdemeanor prosecutions. And misdemeanors are minor cases, but they also vary. They can go up and down. You can go to jail. Some of those are more extreme than actually just a lower case that a caution would. And that would prevent people from going to jail, obviously, the caution. Another thing is that we'd have police focus on more serious crimes, like getting DUI drivers or rapists or other types of serious crimes out there and not dealing with petty crimes like MIP or vandalism. And actually, in a quote in an article done by Alexandra Napoff called Why Misdemeanors Aren't So Minor, she talks to an officer by the name of Officer Johnson of the Santa Barbara Police Department in California, and says that he personally does not like to deal with small possession charges. I'm just summarizing what he's saying. He personally doesn't like to deal with it. He believes that we should just move on, get past that stuff, and care about the more serious crimes, which in my opinion is a very good idea. After hearing all these facts about cautions, what they are, other places that they've been used, and also how they would affect the United States, or how they would be used here in the United States, you're probably thinking that cautions might be a good idea for us, or they might not be. But in my opinion, they are a good idea. They're a more appropriate way to deal with low-level charges and petty crimes that would otherwise send people to jail, and for most of the time, these petty crimes are done by people who can't even get out of jail. So they're going to jail and they're stuck there, and it's making us spend more money. And so these cautions would be more appropriate to deal with all these small